Let's talk about turning 50. So I'm going to be 49 in a month. And after that, I'll be 50 in a year. I have some friends already turned 50, some who are a year or two behind me. And so this conversation of turning 50 has, kind of gotten interesting now that we are approaching 50, or some of us have turned 50. And I want to talk to you about that. Why I am not afraid to turn 50 and why I'm actually excited about turning 50, which I think to a lot of women is like, oh, but I want to talk about that today. Why am I so excited to turn 50? And why is there so much fear in a lot of women about turning 50? If you're new here, my name is Janet, and welcome to the Second Act Collective. So, with my friends, we have been talking about this, planning. Actually, right now, we are planning one of my friends' 50th birthday that's coming up. And it got me thinking, why is there so much fear with this number of 50? I don't know why, but there seems to be. And some women don't want to talk about the fact that they're turning 50. And for me, I'm excited. I'm very much excited, and I'll share that with you. But let's talk about the fears. Why are women afraid of turning 50 years old? Why that number? I I think there's some reasons. A lot of it has to do with aging. The fear that we are getting older and we might become irrelevant. And you might be feeling that already. If you're in your early 50s or you're approaching 50, a lot of times we feel invisible. We are the Gen X's, and people don't, the sandwich generation, whatever they call us, and people don't take. You're kind of there in the background. And I think I've shared about that in the video, and you can see it in the playlist about feeling invisible around this time of your life in your midlife. And so this number 50 can represent, I think it brings fear because it represents a lot of things that we're not prepared to face. Being invisible, not being wanted, maybe the children have grown and are leaving the house. Maybe relationships have shifted and changed in your life, and some are ending, and all that stuff I think brings a lot of fear in our lives. And this number can just start to look like something that we dread and we don't look forward to it because of the things that are happening or the things that we think might happen. And these are real things, right? The transition that happens as you're approaching 50 or you're just over 50, they're real and they're very hard to start navigating. Then the issue with your body changing. So it's not only that we're getting old and we're going to feel invisible, is that we are also going through, some people might be going through menopause or premenopause and all the things that come with that. Your own body changing and not being able to lose weight, so struggling with health issues. You just feel like your body might be falling apart. This, I think, is one thing that really brings a lot of fear to women is, am I falling apart? What is happening to my body? My hair, I'm losing my hair. Maybe I don't look as pretty as I used to. Everything feels like it's just sagging a lot of times. And these are just things that are real that, they happen to us, right? And so you have that going, the changes going on in your body. And then you have people acting like you don't exist or you're not there. You're just being ignored. And excuse me for my voice. I feel like I don't know what's happening with, I have kids who've got the flu. So I'm praying I don't get it. I don't want it. But my voice has been my throat has been kind of chappy and stuff. Anyway, moving on. So I don't keep digressing. But so you have your body changing, you have people treating you like you're not there. And at work, you might be treated like you're an old person, so you're not relevant there. Your opinion is not valued. They're kind of just waiting for you to retire, in 15 years when you're 65, kind of situation. So all these things are happening to us around this age. And so you can understand the fear that comes with it. You're having problems with your hair. Maybe your hair is falling out. Maybe your skin is not, all this stuff that happens to us that just bring this thought of being 50 into something that is honestly like a mountain in front of us. And then comes that thought of retirement, like, ooh, I have 15 more years to get my act together. If you don't have your act together, or things have fallen apart, or something has happened financially to you, there can be the fear that, I'm gonna be expected to retire soon, because 15 years is not a long time, honestly. And you don't have the time. You don't feel like you have the time to build the wealth. You don't feel like you can, amass the amount of money you want to have the life that you want. Is this thing even recording? See, I have to check something here. Just give me a second. Okay, I'm back. So I was just checking to make sure that I was actually at the audio setting on. Sometimes you think you're recording and you're not. And then 30 minutes later, you're like, oh my gosh, I was talking to who, nothing recorded. That has happened to me. But let's continue with our story. So you have all these things that are happening in your life. So you can, again, the fear of turning 50 is real. It is real. And some of my friends don't want to talk about it or think about it. They just wanted to come silently and, they just want to slide into that decade quietly without much to do about anything. Like, let's not make it fast. Let's not talk about it. I just want to get it there and pretend it did not happen. But a lot of that has to do with the fear that the things that we're experiencing that we feel like we can't talk to anyone about. We sometimes feel like we're the only ones going through it because it's not being talked about. So that is where a lot of the fear comes from in this number, 50 years old. And honestly, also the fear of getting old itself, just the wrinkles, the skin stuff you have to deal with. Your body not feeling, besides the menopause things, there's just your body being tired a lot. You don't have the energy. I think, yeah, what I really want to talk about is the energy, less than your body feeling tired because you don't have the energy. Just lack of capacity, I think, that happens to us as we're approaching 50 or as you're 50s. You just feel like you don't have the capacity to hold on or to do things like you used to, because your body is, getting older. I mean, there are many things we can do to help with that, but those are just real things that we are going through: the menopause, the relationship stuff, the work stuff, your body, everything. And it can feel like it's all happening at once. So you just feel like, I just want to get into 50 quietly. Nobody talk about it. Nobody mention it. Please, let's just do it silently and get into this. So why am I excited about it? So first and foremost, I feel like, for me at least, my kids will be much older. My youngest is, so you'll be 10 when I turn 50, which is almost like you are getting to be a little human by yourself and kind of independent in some way. So that's exciting because, they are more independent and less dependent on you as they're getting older. So that, to me, that's exciting. And I also think, it comes with giving you a little bit more free time than you would when they are young. I mean, if you have kids that are like 2 years old, it is a lot of work, right? Those little ones, they're a lot of work. So I'm glad I've gone through that, done that, been there, done that. I'm good. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about just the new chapter that I'm into. I've lost some relationships. I'm getting some new ones. But I'm also challenging myself. So I have this challenge right now that I'm going through, that I am posting videos for the next 100 days, right? I think this one is probably 30. I don't know, somewhere there. So I have a lot to go. But this is a challenge that I set for myself for this year, that I was going to post a video every day for 100 days. I think I might have missed one or two because I thought I put the video, but I apparently didn't. Something to do with how you schedule stuff in YouTube Studio. So you see, the learning is there. So I'm excited about the challenges that I'm giving myself, and also that I'm full on into AI, which I love. This is a new chapter in my life. Like, I just feel like there's so many possibilities. How can you not be excited how can you not be excited about this new decade that is coming up? But probably it's just me. But I am excited about that. The new things that I'm learning. I decided I was going to learn French. That's also exciting to me. Like I have all this stuff that I'm like, now that I'm going to be 50 soon, I want to start doing these things. I want to start painting, learn how to paint. Really try and treat my body well because I feel like I've hustled a lot, build a business, had kids, 3 kids. And I'm just in a place where I want to be gentle and kind to myself, more loving to myself. Maybe learn to love myself more. Because a lot of times you're just giving, giving, giving. You know that it ends as a mother, it never ends, honestly. But just setting aside the time for myself and doing the things that I enjoy to do. And less of, I don't know, just feeling like you're a workhorse and they're doing things for everybody. That is not bad. I know it sounds horrible when I say that way. But just this, I don't know. I'm just excited, I guess, is what I should say. I'm excited about the things that I'm learning. I'm excited because I really believe God has something greater for me in this chapter. I don't know why, but I just think that is a new chapter and there's a lot ahead of me. And that is exciting. I not necessarily knowing what it is, all of it, but it is exciting. And building a new business from scratch is in some way exciting, terrifying sometimes, but exciting that I get to build something again for the second time. And what a blessing that is, to build. I'm excited about the apps that I want to build. Oh, that's good. That is something, just learning things about, no code stuff is really where I'm starting, but I'm sure I'm going to have to learn some code, to really progress the apps more. So that's exciting too. And also being able to travel. I'd like to travel more than I've done before to different countries. So I have all these things that are on my list of things to do that I'm very excited about because again, like, it's easier to travel with kids that are older than 10 years than it is kids that are 2. I see people online who are traveling with toddlers and I just like, more power to you, mother. That is to me like, oh my gosh, that'll be a nightmare. And I traveled with my kids, when they're younger too, but I just felt like I could never relax, because you're just watching, making sure they're fine, which I mean, you still do now. I mean, if I go with my kids somewhere, you still have to watch and stuff. But when they're little, it's more demanding, I would say, in some way. I don't know. I'm just yapping here. But yeah, I'm excited about learning how to design some apps and see where that goes, using AI. Those are things that I'm excited about. I'm excited about actually changing my wardrobe in some way, going through my closet and yeah, you can tell. I need to get rid of a lot of stuff. And then reevaluating my style. I've been wearing sweaters. This is snowing right now outside there. And I just came back from dropping my daughter who is working on a license stuff. So I'm kind of living in sweaters, which is fine. But yeah, I think I need to kind of look back in my closet and reevaluate my style and how I want to move forward in this, new chapter that I'm getting into to be 50. So a lot of exciting things, I think. At least that's how I'm looking at it. I am not depressed about being 50. Not at all. Looking forward to it and so grateful to God that I get to be this age and looking forward to being 50 and above and to do what I believe He has for me in this second chapter that I'm in. And that makes me excited in some way, very excited. So I know like when I'm with my friends and they are all mourning about being 50 and I'm there like one of the only one who's like excited and like, oh, but this is happening. It's probably like, oh, please don't, But I am excited and I want a lot of us to be excited. If you're about to turn 50, if you just turn 50, I mean, let's be grateful. Let's rejoice and and make the best out of this time. The fact that you are still alive, that is amazing. And we want to make the best out of that time. So here's to turning 50. And if you're turning 50, happy birthday if you're turning 50 this year. And do something fun. Do something out of the ordinary. Something you wouldn't normally do. And kind of discover yourself, who you are, what you like, the hobbies, all that stuff. Like go out there, travel if you want to travel, whatever, just do something. And I'm speaking to myself too, because I'm encouraging myself. But let's turn the 50 into not the, oh, you're getting old, into I am starting a new chapter. And you're always as young as you feel. Right. And I honestly feel like I'm 35. I probably felt like that for a very long time. At least that's what I tell myself. But it has helped, right? It helps. So go out there and do something fun and not sit at home and mop about being 50 or I'm turning this 51 or whatever. Let's actually grab life by the horns and enjoy the new decades if you're in it already. Or those of us who are approaching it, let's look forward to it with joy and with expectation. So that's kind of what I wanted to share, because it's been a discussion with my friends about this, turning 50 stuff. And when one of your friend group, when somebody in your friend group is turning 50, it's always interesting, the discussions that happen. So I hope this was helpful. And again, go out there and do life. If you have not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that YouTube can spread this word everywhere. And also join our community on Substack, where I go more in detail about things in my newsletter. So the link is in the description. Go ahead and join. And I will see you later. Bye.